Turn mine off.
Red means on or red means?
It was on.
Oh, okay, so red means on.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on. They're on.
Okay.
I did the same thing. Thought it was off. Turned it off.
There we go. Get my mouse there. No, it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to take this jacket off. I don't want to seem too fancy.
You are live.
I am locked. Okay. We are going.
Don't wear a tie. You need to wear a flashy tie for these meetings.
All right. Let's get started here. It is 7 o'clock. Now, welcome everybody, 7 o'clock. Welcome to the public meeting for the Springville Community Academy. Well, I was going to say Mr. Martin, but I should say maybe Mr. Rainey. Would you be willing to verify that we do have a quorum here?
We have a minimum, but a quorum.
All righty, fantastic. So, all right, let's stand and, say the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's out in the gymnasium.
Out in the gym.
We can face that way.
We'll face that way. We promise there's a flag through those doors.
There's one right there.
And there's one right there? Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. Yeah, I think this will be a fairly quick meeting this evening. We don't have too much to cover, but I think it's worthwhile meeting every month and kind of getting face to face with folks. First item on the docket is the approval of the agenda for this meeting. Do I have a motion?
I so move. I'll second.
Second. All right. All in favor of the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Let's see here. Okay, the next item on our agenda will be sharing the educational excellence. Normally I would turn this over to Ms. Davis, but she is unable to attend this evening. I will go through an educational excellence topic here. This is kind of fantastic. So she is introducing, being introduced a High Achievers program. I'll just read it here. It's not very long. At Springville Community Academy, we believe every student deserves to be challenged, supported, and inspired. Our High Achievers program is designed for students with strong academic potential who are ready for deeper learning opportunities during the school day. Students are identified using assessment data and teacher recommendations and receive an individualized learning plan that may include small group projects, advanced coursework, or other enrichment options tailored to their strengths and interests. Our goal is simple: to help motivated learners reach their fullest potential without just giving them more work. So I think this will probably go out to the parents, if I'm not mistaken, perhaps. It says, curious if SCA might be a right fit for your child. We'd love to tell you more about how we'll support and challenge your high ability students. So, and again, I think this dovetails perfectly into education excellence, getting more opportunities for all of our children.
There was a good post about that on our social media site too. So
Okay, cool, fantastic. Well, there you go. Now YouTube and Facebook knows about it. Fantastic. Alrighty. So, any other education excellence anybody wants to share? Normally I would have turned over to Jamie, obviously, but I will move on to the next item. So the next item within the consent and approvals is the consent and approvals agenda. The first item will be to review and approve the minutes from the November board meeting. I believe those were sent out late last week by Mr. Martin. Can I get a motion to approve?
approve. Make a motion.
Make a motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor to approve the motion from last month's minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes. All right, the next item within the consent approvals is the review, discussion, and consideration of items related to expenditures during the past month. Now, I'll turn the floor over to you, Corbin, if you don't mind.
I do not. For the month of December, we had claims totaling $53,104.70 and payroll of $157,117.48 for a total of $210,222.18. And you'll see that December looks a little bit lower than our rolling average, which is okay. But this month, you will see that we have some higher claims because of making up for some in the past couple months that we hadn't been getting invoices for, and so we're going to pay a larger chunk now to make up for that, but it was in our budget, and we will pay those because we finally got the invoices. So
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
can't pay anything without an invoice.
That's right. All righty. I will entertain a motion pertaining to the claims and payroll.
I'll make a motion.
A second?
Second.
Second? Got to go through the motions, right? All right, all in favor of approving the claims and payroll as presented by the treasurer?
Aye.
Yeah, all in favor say aye. Exactly, sorry. Any opposed? All righty. Motion passes. Thank you. Is there anything else related to budgetary items from the treasurer position?
I'll just say I don't have the concrete numbers for the first 6 months of our fiscal year yet. They're still working on them this week, and I should have those next week, but we are in the black, so
Yeah,
moving forward.
halfway through. Heads above water halfway through. Fantastic. All righty. The next item within the consent and approvals section are items related to human resources, and according to the administrator report, we have none to approve, so we'll just move on to the next section. And the final item within the consent and approval section is related to the travel requests or staff development or field trips and the like. So there is, again, with Ms. Davis not being here, there is a staff development opportunity that I will go ahead and put out there. It appears that there is, well, I'll just read it. I wanted to share information about a new online apprenticeship-based degree and licensure pathway created through a partnership between Indiana Wesleyan and Math Track Institute, specifically designed for instructional support staff. So in other words, a lot of program highlights would include design for working educators. They can remain in their current roles. They don't have to leave. It's competency-based. You'll earn college credit by demonstrating skills. It's flexible, affordable. There you go. Built around work and family constraints. Pathways toward, this is what's cool to me, pathways toward elementary, secondary, or special education licensure. So obviously this is not necessarily for already licensed teachers and administrators, but more for your instructional assistant staff. So this is what's growing the staff within our building, and this is a neat opportunity. I'm assuming this has been sent out to our staff, right? So this is kind of a neat thing. So staff development, I think it fits squarely into that category. So I think it's worth mentioning.
Have we identified people that are interested or would be eligible for that program? Or would be interested in that program?
I saw some heads nodding. It's been sent out to the staff.
Yeah,
So just a week ago. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe next month.
So it's just information for us right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All righty. So the next item will be business and operations. The first item under this section typically focuses on the administrator's perspective and bringing the enrollment thus far in our school year. So again, I'll take the lead in this one. So the enrollment report that I see here is 264 students. That is including the littles, is what I like to call them, the pre-K. In terms of actual K through 8 kiddos that obviously impact with the funding mechanisms, and that's 241, which we're still, according to this report, one below our ADM from the fall. February 2nd, right, is our ADM count so we still got time, so do some recruiting. And one more item within the enrollment world is it appears that we have opened enrollment for next school year, 2026-2027 school year. And at the moment, or at least the 9th of January, we have 166 students that are in that system. So trending again in the right. As a matter of fact, she's got a note here that on the 9th of January 2025, we had 166 students. So we're trending in the exact same path. So that's fantastic. So.
Oh, no, enrollment just opened up too.
Yeah,
so.
that's day 5
Yeah.
of the registration period.
Yeah.
so.
Trending in the right direction for sure. The next item within the business and operations section pertains to the annual school performance report from our authorizer. And I'm going to quote a couple things. The report's purpose is to provide information on the charter schools authorized by USI, to allow reference and awareness from the perspective reader in order to understand both the growth taking place within the authorized charter schools as well as the opportunities for improvement for those same schools. So there's an awful lot of graphs and other interesting data, trending data, for both of the schools that are authorized by USI, us and Indiana Ag and Technology School. So a lot of proficiency scores, math and reading. There's some attendance data, if you will, enrollment and financial data. So Kevin, I don't know if you, as our authorizer, want to chime in here, or are you satisfied with kind of what's been presented?
I am satisfied with what you're stating. Just a bit to reiterate and support Mr. Osmond. Indiana state law and code dictates that every authorizer will file an annual performance report summarizing the status of the schools that they respectively authorize. The intent obviously is to provide indication of the metrics being used, the status points, if you will, for those schools. Authorizers also have to include any new applications they may have received during the course of a respective year, school year that is, and what the results were of those applications. They also have to, the report also must include where the current charter currently stands. For example, Springville's working on a 7-year charter. What year did that start, etc. So in our performance report for USI, there's a matrices that shows the 2 schools in that aspect. So the report just basically captures all the statewide data that you all already are familiar with, or your administrative staff and your educational staff is familiar with. And the intent of the trend charts is just to simply show the progress, where progress stands, and if there's been any dips, obviously where our schools are focusing on. From a USI authorizer perspective, I'll close my comment in this area with this. We're very satisfied that both our schools, in particular Springville for this discussion this evening, are focused on the right things based on the data points.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. On to the next section within the business and operations section. It'll focus on the school finance. So in this particular item that I'll present here is the memo issued by the State Board of Accounts. It was received on the 19th of December, and it's the official response to the audit report presented by SCA and the Donovan CPA accounting firm for FY25. It covers the dates from July 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. State Board of Accounts agrees that the report was filed in accordance with the guidelines, and ultimately it's just an agreement that we are tracking in the right direction, right? And as you stated a few minutes ago, we're still tracking in the right direction for the first half of this year as well. But this is the official report that we have to file with our financials and whatnot. Is there anything you want to add from that perspective?
No, I just think it was a pretty smooth audit, and everybody involved is thankful for that. So.
Well, I don't mean to toot your horn, but I think they even canceled the outbrief because it was so perfect, right? Ain't that kind of what happened, right?
I wouldn't say exactly like that, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had no findings, so
Yeah.
Come on through. Come on
that
through.
was a highlight for us.
Pat yourself on the back.
Thank you.
Very good job.
Alrighty, the next item within the business and operations section typically would focus on curriculum and technology, and no topics were on the agenda for this evening, so I think we can skip by that. Next would be buildings and grounds, and so typically I would hand this over to Mr. Martin, the facilities lead, but he is not able to join us tonight, so I think me again, I'm on the facilities committee, so I can speak a little bit of an intelligent manner on this topic. I know that we have been soliciting some interest, let's call them solicitations of interest, to provide services within our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning HVAC systems. I think the facilities committee is working toward probably eventually establishing what we truly need to do, and put out what would be called a request for proposal to do some real work. So that's something the facilities committee is working on. Sam is taking the lead on that one for the most part. We've had a number of companies, local companies, come in and do some looking and assessing. The other big ticket item I know that the facilities committee is working on is our septic system. I think we're getting really, really close to an answer. I did meet with SR Mechanical to assess our controls earlier this week, was it, I think? Or it may have been Friday. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of time. And we adjusted the controls and we adjusted the floats that were within the septic pit, and it appears to be operating better now, but I think the assessment kind of revealed that rather than a field saturation issue or a pump repair or replacement for that matter, it appears that the controls will need to be updated. So, but that within that big silver panel, the controls that tell which pumps to move and which pumps not to move. And so the idea will probably be to get a bid from companies on that particular project. So I know we had a bid submitted fairly recently, and we think it was off the mark in terms of what we really wanted to do. I think this latest assessment has told us that we need to move forward with controls, not piping repair or field repair. So more to come on that, I'm sure. That's an ongoing situation. So anything else from the facilities perspective that either of you guys want to report on? Or all righty. And ultimately, the final item being discussed within the operations and building would have pertained to transportation, and
Nothing new there.
nothing new. You're the one that owns the bus.
Nothing new there.
Nothing new there. Okay, all right, sounds good. And in the end here, I think we're going to have a brief out ultimately. A lot of times we'll talk about athletics. I think we had our last home game last night here at the school. We got practice going on now, and there's an away game this evening. I can't remember if it's at Lighthouse, I think, is where we're playing right now tonight. So we're wrapping up at least our basketball season, and there is a banquet that is being planned. So we're getting close to wrapping up another fantastically successful season. So, yes, sir.
Let's not forget the 2-hour delay on Tuesday.
Yes. I was going to mention that. That's down here in the dates of interest.
Is that in
there? Yeah. I actually don't have it listed there, but I was going to. At this point, public comments. Any comments from the public? No. Any board comments? Mr. Smith, do you have any comments from the administrator's perspective?
An update from the University of Southern Indiana. As you know, they've been interviewing to identify a replacement in the Associate Charter School Director's role. And they have made an offer that has been verbally accepted. They're working on the final details with Human Resources, and hopefully sometime within the next 5 to 7 days, they'll be able to provide an announcement on where they are there.
Cool. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Alrighty. So, yeah, as we close, I'll go through some dates of interest here. So, January 16th is tomorrow. And apparently there's a PTO Domino Slice the Price fundraiser. So, can I get a comment from the crowd to tell me what that means?
So you have the opportunity to purchase a card that that allows you to get, buy one Domino's pizza and get one free. And it's a card that is good for the entire year, and we do that as a PTO fundraiser. And generally, it's very successful because, you know, who doesn't want pizza instead of having to cook dinner, so.
Cool. All righty. January 19th would have been a day to celebrate Martin Luther King Day. Unfortunately, we've had some snow days, and so this is actually going to be an in-session day because of the makeup requirements. January 20th is the 100th day of school, but as Albert so eloquently pointed out a minute ago, maybe a 2-hour delay as well. That has been
It is it's already called.
it's in there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
it's-
2-hour delay for
It's
the 20th.
recovering from the IU game.
Yes, yes. February 6th is the quarter 3 midterm, and then February 6th is a PTO staff appreciation day as well. Again, is that PTO showering our staff with treasures?
Yes, so
Love
we
it.
have one parent in particular that has decided that she's wants to be very generous and bring something on the first Friday of every month for our staff. So this month it was bagels for breakfast. But she's done a variety of different things, and we're extremely thankful for her generosity. But other PTO members have helped with that a little bit at the beginning of the year as well.
Cool. Alrighty. February 11th is early dismissal. February 13th are the Valentine's Day parties. The 16th of February is President's Day. So it would be no school unless we get another snow day and we'd have to use it. So right now we haven't had to make that day up yet. February 19th is the next board meeting. March 2nd is the iRead testing window, and it opens. Spring iRead testing window closes on the 13th. March 8th, report cards for no one likes those, right? Report cards for quarter 3 on March 18th. And then the 23rd, this is the big one, 23rd to the 27th is spring break. So there you are. Alrighty, that concludes our meeting. I will accept a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I second.
I don't know.
You want to stick around?
I'll second.
Alrighty, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, God bless, guys.
Take care, Kevin.
I don't know if it usually is, but I knew it was because I'm going to Vegas on the 22nd.
Hey, see, we were starting planning something for the week before.